Welcome to OSM, Operation Safe Mode. Here we are with the OSM Mailbag. It just seems to be too long since the last time we used the mailbag as a way to answer your questions. With snail mail being so famous now, with all the cards that are being sent to me, as well as the cards that we send to our loved ones to remind them in a very slow manner that we care enough to put a stamp on something, I thought we would get back to reading some mail. So let's see what has been sent to me over the past few weeks. Dear Father John, how was confirmation? Oh, confirmation was awesome. I mean, Bishop Kulik is just a rock star, man. He just knows how to relate to the kids. He's not afraid to tell about himself in a way that they can see that here's a man who was a 7th grader or a 9th grader at once, and now is the bishop of our diocese. So if you want to have a look at some of the pictures that are available, they are on the website. Here's a picture of me coming into the church. You can see I am so proud to be there that night with our bishop, and you can see our bishop just taking time to talk to our students and also confirming them with great love and devotion for that sacrament of confirmation. Also, the confirmation was presented on OSM, so you can go back and watch the whole confirmation, or you can just listen to the bishop's homily that I have sent out in a flock note. If you missed that flock note, please let me know, and I will make sure that I will send you the link, or you can go to our website. It's there. Beautiful homily that he gave. So thank you for asking that question. Dear Father John, when will the men's group begin again? Well, this is a good question as well, because we've been working towards trying to figure out when would be safest to begin again. And we really feel that we need to get back together. The men need to be together to share their faith. And the women also have been asking, when are we going to get together again? So what we decided to do was use the TV series Chosen. It's a beautiful series that will help all of us look at how's Jesus calling me in my brokenness as a person who's finding their way to see that the only way is to be his disciple. To learn the backstories of the chosen, the apostles, is an incredible way to view what took place 2,000 years ago and is still taking place as Jesus calls each of us. So what we're going to do this year, at least for the first semester, because of my health, and also because, thank goodness, Father Moineau gets to go home to the Philippines for a little while, we're going to meet the men and women together on Saturday mornings at 6:30 a.m., but we're going to meet every other week. That way it affords me the week that right after chemo not to have to be concerned whether I can get up in the morning and be a part of the group. So mark your calendars, October 9th will be our first meeting. Santina writes to me, one of our young people in the parish. He says, Dear Father John, I sent you a card and a drawing. Hopefully it made your refrigerator. I was just curious, how many cards and pictures have you received in letters from your parishioners? Do you think that you received more than Santa at Christmas time? Wow. I don't know, but I think I'm giving Santa a good run for his money. Just because I like statistics and I keep track of things, I've received 315 Novena Mass cards for shrines all over the world. To St. Padre Pio, St. Peregrine, St. Anthony, Our Lady of Lourdes, St. Elizabeth Ann Seton Shrine, John Neumann Shrine. So I'm being prayed in masses throughout our country and throughout the world, and I'm very much appreciative of those beautiful Novena Mass cards that I've received. And also I've received 930 individual cards. Some of you are still sending me a card every week. I just treasure reading them, especially the stories that you share with me. Santa might find out from you, Santina, what you want for Christmas. What I'm finding out from the letters that I'm receiving is what I've already received from Christ, and that is you and your love for me and our journey together in Christ. Oh, Father John, when are you going on vacation? You look like you need a rest. Oh man, I'm looking forward to my vacation. It's coming up soon. In fact, when you're watching this OSM video on the mailbag, I'll be on my vacation hopefully. As long as my chemo goes well, on those good days, those 10 days, I'm planning to be away with my friends and family and just enjoying myself and trying to rig the cornhole game so that I can win. Carson asks, Captain Obvious, I call him. Carson asks, I noticed that you are losing your hair. Lots of it. My dad wears a toupee. Will you wear a wig when you lose all of your hair? Well, that's a good question, and obviously it's easy to see that I'm losing my hair, and each day it takes a little more time to try to comb over some of the really bad spots. Don't know what's going to happen in the future, but yes, I have thought really about wearing a different wig or hair of some sort to cover up my baldness. Now, the wigs that I've chosen as a potential bring out a different character of my personality. So here's a little video for you to watch of the potential wigs that you might see me wearing. In fact, we may even give you a chance to vote on your favorite wig. Welcome to OSM, Operation Safe Mode. Peace be with you. Welcome to OSM, Operation Safe Mode. Peace be with you. Welcome to OSM, Operation Safe Mode. Peace be with you. Welcome to OSM, Operation Safe Mode. Peace be with you. If you weren't laughing at that video, I'm sorry, I don't think I'll ever be able to make you laugh. Next question, pet blessing. Little Francis asks, my namesake St. Francis loved pets. Are we having a pet blessing? I have a dog and a cat. Do you like dogs and cats? Well, one of the things I can't do, Francis, is ever lie. And I have had many favorite dogs, and I will show you their pictures here. My favorite dogs, Lassie. Who doesn't love Lassie? Old Timmy's hugging Lassie there, but you know, he wasn't the only one that loved Lassie. We were always hoping Mrs. Smith would get out of the well. Pluto was one of my favorites from the cartoons because he never bit me. And Blue on Blue's Clues, and finally Poochie. Little Poochie here was my stuffed animal. He was the best dog. I never had to take him out. I never had to, bathe him. And I slept with him every night as a kid. So yeah, I have favorite dogs as my pets, and also cats. I love Felix. I love Tom. I love Garfield, and of course Sylvester. So I hope it makes you feel good, Francis, that some people have said that I don't like animals or pets, but here's an example of those that I've treasured throughout my young life. And the final question from Delaney. Father John, you're my favorite priest. Well, thank you, Delaney. That's really kind of you. I'm probably the only priest you've ever known, but nevertheless, thank you very much. Who is your favorite priest? Is it the Pope? I tell you what. My favorite priest is Father Roniel. That man is a true rock star. I love him. I mean, how he performed at the parish picnic, how he's ready just to jump in anywhere. with the youngest people as well as those he tends to near the hour of death in their homes. He is just amazing. I learn from him every single day. I learn the dedication. I've learned what it means to say yes to the Lord more than I've ever learned before I had my own diagnosis of cancer. He's taught me so much. But what I'm most proud of, that he's never afraid to step up. He's never afraid to try to do something his crazy pastor does, or to be with the people in an intimate way that shows that he cares. And the latest of that event is when he had his very first baptism at Sacred Mass. And I told him, I said, Father Moineau, you're going to have to carry the baby above your head, especially so that people can see it, but because that's what we do. And he told me he was going to practice with a sack of potatoes. And this past week, or 2 weeks ago, he had his very first baptism. As you can see in the pictures here that we've been showing you as I answer this question, how proud he was to be able to present that child to our Catholic Christian community. He's been presenting to us his faith all the way from the Philippines. He's made this his home, the place for which he is nurtured and nurtures. So Father Moineau, Delaney might have chosen me as her favorite priest, but you're my favorite priest by far. You've taught me more than any priest in my lifetime, and I treasure our time together as brothers. Well, that's our last question from the OSM Mailbag. I hope I answered the questions you had. Please keep sending your questions, and maybe next time, maybe next month, your letter will be read here on OSM Mailbag. So remember, it's in times like these that we are forged into saints, so let us stay safe in the Lord.